Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to anybody that's here so far. Also to anybody that's gonna replay the show today. Music is typically played for the first 10 minutes. After that, we're gonna go ahead and get started, bro. I'm still just sitting here stunned right now. After that, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I need to play some tunes. Gonna get me in my mood. Ain't it fun? Ain't it fun? Agent Zero, welcome. Are you willing to do the Vikings this 6 p.m. 6 p.m. on Saturday, Agent Zero? I mean Thursday, 6 p.m. on Thursday, a live mock draft for the Vikings. They thought I was. Let me run that back. Run that back. I'll notate you right now. Thank you. And Facts 1K is crazy. I'll be right back, y'all. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Head up, Jacob. I be trying, trying. I be wishing we could shine. Trying to dodge all these convention begins. I know that shit is funny. You bro, nigga, fuck the system. She gon' shed it and save it. You got one till left. A lot of shit on her. If you wanna know, I've been taking vitamins. I done prayed for more than I done prayed for myself. So many nights on the road. So long. So you so proud of mom. That bitch just stole my phone. She gon' work with you. Keep you from I need you at times. Free Draco while I'm squeezing. When I wish you, I just know I'm in space. When I wish you, I just know that you gon' spread. That nigga, you gon' say it. Judge on the ground, but hold up your head. Hold up your head. Son, hold up your head. Make it worse, they had a thing that bitch together. You like, this ain't for you, cap you on the whole. I'm like, thank God. This sling is belly, it's almost over. Hope you ready. You got one more chance. You gonna take the shit. You know what we will live. But just take time already. So whatever I can just to get you out the can. Yeah. Get you the child with me. I know you got weight on your heart, but the only thing gonna work is um hold on, let me see. I think I had celebration next. Let me run a little bit of this celebration real quick. This is really a celebration for me, bro. No funny. This is really a celebration for me. I ain't gonna play Bobby Schmurda part. I just want to hear Shock Lizzy part. This is really a celebration. I'm gonna let it run a little bit. Just a little bit. See ya. It's a fucking celebration. It's a fucking celebration. All this got you looking text. Ain't even had no graduation. This OT got me looking text. I forgot to take my medication. Man, this is crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. This is crazy, bro. This is crazy to me. At least anybody that got a YouTube page, anybody that try to grind YouTube, anything, they could tell you. And I don't even do it how other people do it. Probably, as far as like shorts, weekly videos, and things of that nature, which I do need to get back to. But the shows what dominates factor stats at the time being. But there's still other avenues and areas and things that I can grow in. But man, this is crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I woke up to 998 subscribers, popped into a space promo, eclipse 1K. It's crazy, bro. I appreciate all the support. Literally, bro. Literally, I appreciate all the support. It's crazy. Thank you to everybody. Like Chan said, for example, 1K on YouTube, that's major. Love seeing people build things from the ground up on multiple platforms. Like ground up, multiple platforms. But people don't even know. Fact of Stats started COVID year, bro. Fact of Stats started COVID year on podcast side, one of my men. And then obviously the passing happens, right? Family tragedy, the passing happens. It guides me to like, all right, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I take it to basically a daily sports show with Spaces. So it's crazy, bro, to see the growth on Twitter, to know I get a lot of new supporters on that aspect, to then see the growth on Playback, so now I get a lot of new supporters and support on that aspect, and then to see the growth on YouTube, so now I get some of the same supporters and new in that aspect as well. It's amazing, bro. So this is the tweet this morning, man. I want to say thank you to everyone that subscribes to Fact and Stats on YouTube. Thankfully hit 1,000 subscribers today. Appreciate all the support across Twitter, Playback, and YouTube. And then obviously letting people know where the show is live every single day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. on YouTube. Because if people come to YouTube, they're going to find out about Twitter. They're going to find out about, well, they already know about Twitter, but they're going to find out about Playback, etc. So thank you, man. This is insane, bro. This is insane, bro. If anybody want to show love and retweet this tweet, like this tweet, whatever the case may be, let me drop that in the chat too. It's insane, bro. Y'all getting traded. Facts, Kenny, I appreciate that. Patrick, one milestone complete, another one accomplished. Congrats, young king. I love that. That's a great message, dog. One milestone complete, another one to accomplish. That's a great message, bro. No funny. That's truly a great message, bro. Thank y'all for the support, bro. Like I think even Byron said something. I didn't even get to respond back to it yet. Byron said, the hell Byron say? Ms. Love, see you retweeted the Twitter broadcast. I gotta get Ms. Love inside of Playback or YouTube one day. There's some potential there. I gotta get her around. What Byron message? Here it is. This meant a lot to my dog. Keep going. That's a fact, bro. 1,000 meant a lot to me. I set out a goal to get to 1,000 from like 500 or something like that months ago. And you gotta think about it. Majority of the people that comes to YouTube are here daily or here at 11 a.m., 11, 10, 11, 15, whatever. They already subscribe for the most part. So you got to think about it. I pretty much got like 400 to 600 new subscribers of people that's just not here on the daily, or even some that's here on the daily. Like, I don't know, bro. I can go on and on about it. Either way, I'm thankful. I'm blessed. I'm enjoying the journey. I'm enjoying the process. You got to enjoy the journey, bro. People be wanting things handed to you. People be wanting to skip steps. You know what I'm saying? People be I don't know, man. I can say it's a lot that I could say, but I'm enjoying the journey. I'm enjoying the process. Uh, that'd be a crazy DW. I'm not gonna lie. That's gonna take a lot of more hard work though, which I'm up for. Videos, weekly, shorts, daily, or every other day, and things of that nature. So I know what I got to do. Take it to another level. I'll make sure I do that as well. And thank y'all for the support, bro. So with that being said, if you are in here and you did not like this video yet, make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button. That helps the algorithm out for anybody that's surfing on YouTube to come across Fact and Stats on YouTube. New goals, 2,000 subscribers. I have April 16th marked down. I'm gonna take this long process to get to 2,000. It's gonna be fun. So yeah, I'm all for it. Maybe 1,500 first. Yeah, I'm gonna do 1,500 first and then 2,000. So I'm all for it. It's gonna be fun. Make sure y'all like this video. If you're not liking the video yet, also make sure y'all comment throughout the show. I read every single comment for the most part, and I respond to it, whether it's a question for me or whether it's a question for somebody that's on the stage or whatever the case may be. Also, make sure y'all share this out with one person. I'm pretty sure if you share it out with one person, they'll be more likely to join and come back, whether they type in the chat or whether they join the stage. I think that's what it's all about. The slogan is "Speak Your Mind." The slogan is "Speak Your Mind." No question is a dumb question. I got a question, y'all. I woke up the other day with like an itchy throat or something, right? All my life, I never had allergies. I don't think I'm sick though. Somebody was like, well, you can get allergies at any time. Like, it don't matter the age. Like, you can just get allergies at any time. Is that true? Like, can you just pop up with allergies one day? Like, because I'm not sick, but supposedly my symptoms is signs of allergies though. Like, is that a real thing? I don't want to just walk around saying I got allergies. Right? Oh, that's a real thing. Niggas can wake up on a random day and just all of a sudden have allergies now. Like, what the hell? That ain't crazy. Like, that ain't crazy. 3 people say yes. Chance, I never heard that. That ain't crazy. Like, niggas just randomly wake up with allergies one day. Like, what the hell? Like, that's crazy. Yeah, I DM'd one of the Houston Rockets guys, man. Hopefully they pull up today. Damn, you're now allergic to seafood. Prayers up, brother. Also, if you are in here and you are not subscribed to Fact and Stats on YouTube, make sure you all do me a solid and hit that subscribe button. Fact and Stats is a daily sports show Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern time with the slogan "Speak Your Mind." I pretty much give anybody an opportunity and a platform to speak their mind in regards to whatever the topic is, long as they keep it respectful and things of that nature. You know, everybody thinks differently, so some people say things you don't agree with. Some people say things you do agree with. That's how sports talks go. Like, I'll get to that later. But that's how sports talks go. Next. Happy birthday to my dog Miles. I know Miles probably not in here yet. Happy birthday to my dog Miles. It was a real one. My man took a little mini travel today or yesterday. Hope you have a great day, Birdie. Nothing but love. Day one supporter linked up with my dog in Arizona. Miles is a real one for sure. Looking forward to seeing my dog in 2 months at the cookout. Speaking of the cookout, Fact and Stats cookout is June 21st. Open invitation to everybody. Fact and Stats cookout is June 21st. Open invitation to everybody, the whole Fact and Stats family. It will be in Maryland. Fact and Stats cookout is June 21st, and it will be in the DMV area. Make sure you all pull up, get a flight if you ain't get a flight yet, or whatever the case may be. Next, if you are not a member, I look to my right, I see all green, bro. I would love to get 1 or 2 new members today. 1 or 2. Can we do 1 or 2 new members today? If you are not a member, I would love for you all to become a member. How can you become a member? It is the link in the description on this video. There's 3 different levels you can join as. Level 1, level 2, and level 3. They all have different customized perks. They all have different what's the word, Birdie? Akil, what's good? Robert, you really a real one, gang. I'm not gonna lie to you. You don't grab mics too much anymore. You turn into a chat guy. That's cool. You should definitely grab mics and spaces and stuff. But you a real one, Akil. I wanted to definitely share that to you real quick, Birdie, for real. But yeah, man, I'm looking for anybody. I'm looking for 1 or 2 new members today. That'd be super duper thankful and blessed for that as well. Again, the link in the description to become a member. You can become a member for as low as $5, by the way. You can send super chats and super stickers at any time today. The amount don't matter to me. I'll be thankful, grateful regardless. And as you see on the back end, all extended support is appreciated. All extended support is appreciated. Do not want y'all to forget that, because I appreciate y'all, and yeah, y'all help me keep going. Y'all help me keep going. Next, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok is all at fact and stats underscore. Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok is all at fact and stats underscore. Um, the Twitter is the most important one, in my opinion, out of that bunch to follow, because it lets you know about the other platforms as well. So that's why Twitter is the most important one out of that bunch to me. But either way, that's that. Next, the next biggest thing outside of YouTube, outside of Twitter and slash Twitter Spaces, playback is the next biggest thing. For anybody that don't know about playback, playback is an app that you can download. Uh, playback is an app that you can download that costs $0 to do so. I also did another thing yesterday. Hit 1,800 plus members on playback. Road to 2,000. Road to 2,000 members on playback. Road to 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. This is so fun, man. Honestly, this is so fun because it keeps you motivated, bro. It keeps you motivated. It keeps you determined. It keeps you grounded. Um, keeps you being disciplined. And it keeps you being consistent. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the best part of this whole entire journey. So yeah, man, I hit another new mark yesterday. 1,800 plus members on playback. It's an app you can easily download. It costs $0. When we're in there, we watch live NBA games, and also they put up the VIP count. So if you are a member on YouTube and or subscriber on playback, and you ever need VIP, you're getting it pronto. If you are not a member, no cut cards. If you are not a member and or subscriber, and I don't have a VIP for you, or the VIPs are full, don't even ask. Like, no funny, don't even ask. I ain't begging, don't even ask though. But y'all should be good for now. But just know, if anybody that's a member or subscriber ever asks, automatic swap if it's full. If it's full, if it's not, you good. So yeah, playback.tv/facts and stats. Pull up tonight. Hopefully the games tonight, one of them can be good as the Grizzlies and the Warriors game, which wasn't really that good outside the first quarter. Well, it was a good game. I'll say that it was a good game. Grizzlies stormed back. It was a good game. But we got the Bulls and the Heat today, and the Kings and the freaking Mavericks. So who knows what that's going to be like today as far as an exciting standpoint. Maybe that Heat and Bulls game will probably be good. I don't know. Got a new design done. I'm questionable on it. I'll see how I like it. I'm going to put it on a couple of shirts and see what's up. The website, for anybody that don't know, is factandstats.us. Feel free to look at that website. And if you're interested in any old design that may be sold out, you can DM me and I'll make it for you and I'll ship it to you. Fact and Stats Gambling Discord for anybody that gamble. Oh, look at that. I asked for one member and I got a member. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go. Look at God. Look at God. All I asked for was 1 or 2 members today. 1 or 2 new members today, and I got it. Shout out to Andrew. Andrew's a real one. Andrew been rocking with Fact and Stats from Spaces. Andrew got Fact and Stats Apparel. Andrew is a subscriber on Playback, if I'm not mistaken. And now Andrew is a member on YouTube. Shout out to Andrew, dog. Shout out to good luck to your Rockets, bro. No funny. Good luck to your Rockets. Yeah, anybody that gamble Fact and Stats Discord is on this page. So feel free to join the Fact and Stats Gambling Discord and join the Discord and share your plays and or tell myself or BJ or whoever the case may be that post plays. One more announcement. I've been reaching out to people. I don't want y'all to forget this. I've been reaching out to people. So if you know anybody, by the way, if you know anybody that is a Raiders fan, Jaja, if you're in the building, Jaja, let me know if you want to do the Texans, by the way. If you know anybody that's a Raiders fan, I'm looking for Raider fans. I'm gonna also tweet this tweet saying the same thing. Raiders, Chargers, Dolphins, Seahawks. Raiders, Chargers, Dolphins, Seahawks. And I'll see if Mazak want to do the Bills. Or probably, yeah. So Raiders, Chargers, Dolphins, Seahawks, Browns. I'm looking for those fans of those teams or anybody that's willing to draft for those teams. This Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern time on Playback, we'll be doing our own live NFL mock draft for all 32 teams. You want to represent your team or you want to represent a team for the draft, feel free to respond below or DM the Fact and Stats Twitter page. And I also have the link to join the Playback room below as well. That's playback.tv/Fact and Stats, as I was just telling y'all.
So yeah, let me know. I think Liz is a Raiders fan. Yeah, I know. I gotta find her Twitter. I gotta reach out to her and find her Twitter. I saw her in a space yesterday or this morning. I can't remember, but I gotta reach out to her and find her Twitter. So yeah, that's that. Do not forget that. And that is that. Yeah. For anybody that gambled yesterday, uh, I'll probably be back Saturday. I think Saturday's my get back day with the NBA playoffs starting. That's when, you know what I'm saying? Or probably Friday. Nah, Saturday. Because I don't know who the Grizzlies. Nah, Saturday. Yeah. For anybody that gambled last night and for some reason somehow you got sold on a straight bet, you got sold on a parlay, feel free to drop it in the chat. If not, we're gonna go ahead and move to the next establish. You stopped it. You talk about me. You talk about me yesterday. Now you talking something you don't gamble no more. You talk about me yesterday. Anybody got any who sold your parlays yesterday? Look like everybody took a break from gambling, right? Nobody dropped nothing yet in here. It looked like nobody ain't dropped nothing yet. Hold on, respond to some messages. It looked like ain't nobody dropped nothing yet. KCP 1% from three couldn't get me two. Okay, so that's one. That's terrible. And KCP missed some open ones yesterday too. That's the crazy thing. And a couple of them was in the corner. You know, the corner, corner. Boom, 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 boom. Shout out to Andrew, man. Not only did he become a member today, um, hold on. Not only did he become a member today, he also just gifted one membership to Brad. So shout out to Andrew for that. That's real, my brother. Ja, Paulo, and Franz sold High Life. You ought to think you bet on the best guys, they'll produce. You know what I'm saying? You ought to think you bet on the best guys, they'll produce, and look what happens. That's crazy. Shout out to Andrew. I wanted two new members today. He helped me get two new members today. That's real. Uh, that's super real. So thank you for that. If anybody's ever interested else in becoming a member, again, the link is in the description on this video. Yeah, betting on the three of the best players, and they all sell you is insane. Player of the days, Jimmy Butler. You are my player today, man. Across all sports, I want to highlight you. Um, we got a love-hate relationship. We got a love-hate relationship, Jimmy. But man, last night, this is why I was so happy. And the real ones know. This is why I was happy when he got traded to the Warriors. This is why I was a fan of the move when he got traded to the Warriors, because when it comes to moments and games like this, he always rises. So obviously, I think the Rockets is a tough matchup. It's going to be a tough series for him and Curry from an offensive standpoint, because all the defenders that the Rockets can throw at those two guys, Billy B, Fred, Amin, Jabari, etc. Right? We know how Jimmy likes to operate and how Jimmy likes to score. So I do want to give him credit for last night, though, for his performance. 38 points. You got to the line 18 times, and you also had 20 field goal attempts. So, Jimmy, hell of a game last night. Without your first half, it's hard for me to believe that the Warriors would be up the way they were up. Now, granted, I know they stormed back the Grizzlies, as far as the Grizzlies, but Jimmy, man, he answered damn near in every single quarter. He damn near probably had a good quarter in every single quarter last night. So he's my player of the day. Facts, Ted. What's good, Brody? 18 times is insane. Jimmy, a funny basketball player. The Rockets being underdogs is low-key wild, I must admit. I wouldn't say it's wild. But you got to think about it, bro. When you have Steph, Draymond, and Jimmy, that's so much experience, championship pedigree, and also other guys on the roster as well. You're going against a young team like Houston. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not going to be expected to beat them, to us and or Vegas. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, some people in here that do think the Rockets can win, though. But yeah, that's another thing. I'm gonna see if some Rockets fans will pull up to the show today and dive into that series. This look like it's a good one. This the type of stuff that I be trying to see, bro, when I don't be knowing what's going on in baseball. Like, this is a great player today. I might say his name wrong. Alex Bregman, 5 hits with 2 homers in one game. That man had a field day. And that probably was against that obviously was against numerous pitchers. So no matter who was pitching yesterday, he had a field day. Like he had a field day. 5 hits and 2 homers in one game. That's insane. My player of the day that set the Warriors ran for the corner step three. Shit was diabolical. It's a hell of a play. Started with Jimmy. Jimmy screen. Started with Jimmy. Somebody set the screen for Jimmy, and then Jimmy hit Draymond on like the near the elbow area. Oh no. Draymond set the screen for Jimmy, and then Jimmy dove into the paint, and then Draymond swung it back around. I think I'm saying it wrong. Draymond swung back around and hit Curry in the corner. I think I'm saying it wrong. But yeah, either way, I know the play. I'm trying to okay, there we go. Steph set the screen on Jimmy, man. Jimmy drove into the paint and then Steph relocated to the corner, and then Jimmy hit Dre, and then Dre hit Steph, if I'm not mistaken. And that's how I went. Thank you, 1110. D-Back, thank you for bringing that up. That was a beautiful set, beautiful play call. And that pretty much sealed the deal for the most part. Yeah. Yes. Okay, we got a hockey comment in here. Jordan, 2 goals for the Blues. Win last night to send us to the playoffs. The hell team is that? What is the Blues? What are the Blues? What hockey team is that? What city is that? St. Louis Blues? What is that? D-Mac? I ain't even trying to be funny. I legit don't know what that is. Oh, okay. I get that. That was a good guess. I didn't even know the St. Louis Blues was a hockey team. I literally just guessed. I just know he's from the St. Louis area or something like that. That's crazy. St. Louis Blues. I never heard that team in my life, ever. St. Louis Blues. Shout out to Jordan. 2 goals to send y'all to the playoffs, man. That's big. That's major. That's big. That's major. So next we're going to start the show off with talking about the Magic defeating the Hawks last night. First and foremost, I do want to say, excuse me, sorry. First and foremost, I do want to say, luckily, when you are the 7th or the 8th seed and you lose that first game, you get 2 games regardless. Again, when you are the 7th or the 8th seed and you lose that first game, you get 2 games regardless. Chan wanted to bet me. I texted him a troll. He believed me, saying they're never betting against trade in a 1-game scenario. I fully thought the Magic was going to win this game, personally. They came out in the first quarter like they wanted the game more. Let me just start there. They outscored them 32-17 in that period. But it wasn't great play from Paulo. Paulo had a couple of air balls in that first quarter. He was only 4 for 13 from the field, 9 for 11 from the free throw line. A lot of their strong performances or a lot of their strong buckets came. I think when it came, I want to say, was the fourth quarter. Especially, let me see how many points Cole Anthony had in that fourth quarter. That's the biggest memory to me in that fourth period. Yep, Cole Anthony had 13 points in the fourth quarter. And they outscored them 41-22. That probably was the game. Now, don't get me wrong. The Hawks at some points cut it to like 4 or 3 or something like that in that third period. But the Magic came out in that fourth quarter and they answered every single call. Hawks started slow in the first quarter. They picked it up in the second and the third. Trae Young got to the line. Trae Young overall with 8 for 21. But outside of Trae, that's where the question marks rose. That's where the question marks came from. Who else is going to produce on the offensive end? Like, you had Niang come in as your second leading scorer. George Niang as your second leading scorer. So that's sort of kind of been a problem for, Hawks majority of the season. Obviously, we should say it's not somebody that they can count on too often. You know, he had a couple of good games this season as a rookie. But when a big game like this would, the nerves go up, as we saw Zach Edey last night, the nerves go up. You make questionable calls or you miss some shots. And last night he was 2 for 10, 1 for 5 from 3, and he only had 7 points and he was a minus 15. Trae Young, I'm not a fan of what you did last night, brother. You are one of my guys, you're one of my favorite players, but you don't get thrown out of a game like that. You don't be that petty and get mad at quote unquote foul calls. And the last one he got really mad at wasn't even a foul. Like, you don't get mad at stuff like that and be the leader of this team and get yourself thrown out of the game. I can't respect something like that. Play the game out, lose the game if you do lose the game, and shake hands at the end. That's what the Grizzlies did last night. When Ja and them lost, they was on the court shaking hands. You know what I'm saying? Like, be a professional, bro. So, Trae, I am not a fan of you getting thrown out that game last night. Ain't no reason why you are a 6-7-year NBA guy and you getting mad at the referees and throwing balls at referees. You did not have to throw the ball at the referee. And then on top of that, the next one, you did not have to try to play around with the ref and not give him the ball. Like, and you gonna throw it on the floor. Like Trae Young, you a grown man, bro. Was not a fan of that. I'm being straight up. Like, you one of my top 4 favorite players. So I did not like that. I'm not a fan of him getting thrown out of a game like that. That's bad leadership, in my opinion. And we'll see what the Hawks do Friday night when they play either the Heat and or the Bulls. So I will further my thought process on the Hawks then. But last night's particular game, nobody else could do anything on offense. Really, Dyson Daniels, they have 12 rebounds and 7 assists and 2 blocks. But like I said, it was just Trae Young. And after that, their next leading scorer was George Niang. And Cole Anthony pretty much took them home in the fourth quarter. And I think Wendell Carter even hit a 3 or so in that fourth quarter as well. No, he did not. He was over 1. I'm sorry. Anthony Black stepped up. So that was the game. Hawks, sorry, unfortunate. Respect the minivan, man. Shut up. Facts, man. Shout out to Miles, dog. Happy birthday to my dog, man. I just gave you out, gang. Happy birthday. No funny. I gave you a shout out before the show, bro. I mean, before I started rapping. Check it. I don't know how the hell you agree with me. And you know I love Trey just as much as the next man, just as much as you. But you don't get thrown out of a game like that. You don't do nothing like that. Like I can't respect that. You don't throw no balls at a referee. And you don't try to play around with, like, you don't do stuff like that, bro. I'm sorry. But Levitt, appreciate you coming up to the stage real quick. Did you want to add anything on this game from last night between the Magic and the Hawks?
Good morning, Ev, and congrats on 1K, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, truly.
Game yesterday, it went how I thought it would. I thought the Magic would win this game. Without Jalen Johnson, I just don't think they got enough juice. I want to give a shout out to the Magic bench. I think Anthony Black was really good off the bench, and Cole Anthony, obviously, he did whatever everything they needed him to do in that second half. Came off the bench, I think towards halfway through the third quarter or towards the end, and he was getting to the rim, hitting jump shots, passing the ball really well. So they needed that juice because Paolo was pretty inefficient. And then Franz, had an okay game and stuff. So, yeah, but the Hawks, Niang, they didn't really get much from their bench, really. And Niang and LeVert have been pretty important guys in terms of their bench scoring. So it's just not enough juice. For me, I think whoever wins the 9-10 matchup is probably going to get the AC. I don't know if the Hawks win. I don't think the Hawks make it out the play-in.
I'm going to piggyback on that. Go ahead, Shaq. I'm going to piggyback on that.
Why did you just say my name? I couldn't hear you. I was trying to join.
I think you said, man, shut up to my comments about Trae Young. You think that's law? You think that's cool? As the leader of that team getting thrown out of the game because you're mad about foul call?
First of all, what team? He's
the leader. He's the leader of the Atlanta Hawks. Simple. He's the leader of the Atlanta Hawks. We ain't about to do that. And the game was pretty much out of reach. And he got mad and purposely got himself thrown out of the game, bro. That's not law. I cannot respect that. I'm sorry.
Okay, and I done seen LeBron plenty of times when a game was out of reach, walk his black ass to the locker room.
He explained why he walked to the locker room, dude.
Don't matter.
He has reasoning behind it.
Where's the leadership? Stay after the game and dap everybody up, right? Exactly.
LeBron has reasoning behind it, bro.
He did not stay. He did not show good sportsmanship. He did not show respect and depth of the other team. Did he? No.
Did you see what LeBron said? Did you see what LeBron said? Why he do that?
Bro, people say a lot of shit, gang. People say a lot of shit to cover up their bullshit. Like what? Oh, I want to go start my pregame. Nigga, then do it every game. Then how about that? Do it every single game. You want to start your pregame process early? Do it every single game. Do it when you winning as well.
Bro, I think he do it when he wins as well.
No, he don't.
I'm not saying he do it every single game, but he literally
said do it every single time. Then
he literally said he do it before. When they win some games as well. Man.
Nah, you see how the game was going. The Hawks was getting hold. That's facts. The officiating was not the same on both sides. That's facts.
I don't know about that, bro. I don't know. I don't know about P-Bands. What's up, bro? I don't know about that, bro. I can't respect it. You don't as the leader of the team, you don't get yourself thrown out of the game like that. That's a bad look in my opinion. And I even echo what 1110 just said what I was about to say because I'm watching that game. I'm like, I don't think they're gonna have enough because I think the Bulls can beat them. And as low as I've been on my team from wanting to lose standpoint, I still think we can beat the Hawks as well. Because I just think that Hero, Bam, etc. will play good basketball, and maybe we even get Jovic back as well. So I don't know. Byron, what's up, bro? What you about to say about the game or something Shaggy said?
I don't know if Shaggy trolling or not. Or for real, I don't know why.
I'm not trolling.
Why
I
you
don't. I
bringing
don't.
up
I don't. I
what?
don't, I don't troll him. I support what he
Okay,
did.
well,
Fuck them.
what I'm saying, bro, like, why? First off, did Braun get kicked out of the game?
No, he just Braun don't get kicked out of the game. He just said Braun walked the locker room and don't show
Yeah,
sportsmanship.
but yeah, so getting kicked out of the game is the part you even out that don't happen with Braun. So I don't know why you brought him up anyway. And keep in mind, I would have grabbed a mic if you'd have did this to anybody. It ain't
Bro, the
about because I'm a
referee.
Braun fan.
Byron, the referee was clearly being a little ass boy. The referee's clearly being emotional. We ain't trying to hear that shit, man. Call the game fairly, man.
Why you feel like he was being emotional?
Got throw. You basically throw him out because he's playing with the ball. Like, come on, bro.
Bro, be a professional and don't play with the ball.
No,
Yeah, like,
Byron,
bro, I ain't gonna lie.
Byron,
Trainer
Byron,
like a little
come
kid,
on,
bro.
bro.
He look like a little
Come on,
kid
bro.
doing that, bro.
Byron,
I ain't gonna lie.
Ed. That's
Now, what happened was
Byron,
he
you've been in games before when your emotions got the best of you. Shit happens, gang. Simple.
Yeah.
he didn't get ejected for passing the ball to the ref. He got a tech for that. What he got ejected for
Yeah,
was the second time where the ref rolled the ball to the other ref and he like kicked the ball
yeah.
away. That's what he got
And
ejected. That's what
and
he
he
got a
picked it
second
up.
tech off.
Oh, well, yeah,
Yeah,
even
then he
worse.
picked it
Yeah,
up and
Trey
was trying to play with the ball and not give him the ball. Like I'm
Yeah,
like, bro, what
his
the hell?
emotions got the best of him, but so what?
can't say so what, bro. When you bring up my example, like I was a kid in high school. This is a professional basketball team.
Uh,
Emotions
Come
don't
on, bro.
lead. Emotions don't lead
approaching
them, bro.
vet status at that.
Yeah,
Like
bro. Yeah, you a
he's
vet
not
in
no
the
2-3
league.
year, like 4-year player, bro. Like
Shaggy, let me ask you this: do you want Trey staying in Atlanta?
Hell no.
Well, guess what? All the teams around the league looking at that moment right there. That
So,
capacity. Okay, all right, yeah. You just not yeah. You just not
so
there yet. Like you just not there. You ain't getting me, bro. You'll get there one day, bro. You'll get there one
they look
day.
at that moment. Okay, they know who
This
Trae Young is, bro.
It's a
They know.
yeah. Last night, yeah, a part of it. Last night, a part of it. Who Trey Young is. Yep, you right.
no, last night also goes into why he don't get voted into All-Star games. All that go into it as well. Like
No, it does not. How did you know that?
how they view him around the league, coaches, players, etc. Not what doesn't really fully go into because it's a referee, it's a totally different thing. But you get where I'm going with it, bro. He had the bad look around him amongst the league
Yeah.
as far as coaching things of that nature, and
Yeah,
that does
bro,
not make
I don't
that
care
doesn't
that. I don't
that doesn't
care.
make it any better though. Say you appreciate that game. I mean, don't say
I don't
appreciate that,
bro. Listen, we not worried about what nobody around the league think. Y'all pop shit, y'all talk shit about me, y'all doubt me. When I do my thing, I'm gonna pop my shit, bro. I'm not ready to do these little boy games, bro. Niggas know how niggas treated Trae Young when he came in the league and how niggas treat him today. I'm not about to hear that shit, bro. Fuck out of here.
Wait, as far as what? What you mean?
Fuck out of here, nigga. Like, come on, bro.
What you mean? How they treated Trae Young? What you mean?
How they talk about him as a player, how they shit on him, how they hate on him, how they doubt him constantly. So no, when everybody against me and I pop my shit, no, you got to deal with it. Simple.
That wasn't the case in this situation though.
I'm talking about what you just brought with the coaches and
Okay. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I wasn't a fan of that, bro. You don't go out like that, man. Personally, so it is what it is. He got another game to play, and like D-Mac said, he better show up on Friday because he's like a talented. Well, I'm not agreeing with that. Well, that's D-Mac thoughts. He better show up on Friday because he look like a talented loser right now. I wouldn't word it how he worded it because I can't, you know what I'm saying, but I get where D-Mac is coming from. That was some loser type stuff. You know, you don't go out like that. But the Magic, they advanced to play the Celtics in round 1. I think that's in playback. Yeah, that part right there is in playback. So I'll hold my horses on that. We will give anybody that's in here that wants to give their thoughts on this Warriors and Grizzlies game. I'm gonna circle to that on YouTube side of things. And then we will preview Rockets, Warriors, Celtics, Magic. Also on playback as well today. On top of talking about the playing games that we have tonight. So Grizzlies fans, Warriors fans, to give the YouTube side some information and some content today. We'll be right here for the next 15 to 30 minutes, probably. We'll see how it goes. And then after that, we'll be talking about playback and probably trending towards headed toward playback. Sorry. If you are in here, do not forget to like this video as well. Super duper big thing today, man. 1,000 subscribers. Can't do nothing but thank God. Personally, thank y'all for all the support as well. On a day-to-day basis. And I enjoy it, man. I enjoy talking sports with y'all. I enjoy sitting right here hosting the show. So we're gonna go ahead and head to the next game. We had the Grizzlies versus the Warriors last night. My dog Low just came up, and I'm going to introduce this game and start talking. I'm gonna pass it to him and hear what he got to say first about the game, and I'm gonna work around the stage and also including myself and get my thoughts on the game. Low, what's the word? 121 to 116. Y'all got the win last night.
Yeah, what's that, lad? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. It was man, that game felt like a playoff game, man. High intensity. You could tell both teams wanted it. I think coming now, I believe the Grizzlies they had like a edge. They were playing a little bit. They were playing a little bit better than us coming out. Jimmy was activated after from the jump, which I like. I love to see that out of Jimmy. Um, I love seeing when he's in his mode, he's playing hard, and he's just determined that nobody on the court can guard him. When he's playing like that, man, he's really one of the better players in the world. What else can I say? The the role players struggled a little bit. Um, Specifically, I don't remember. I'm trying to remember. I don't even remember if Pods really did too much out there. Pods was he was regular. Moody was regular. Yeah, Pods had 3 points. 1 of 7. He was bad. Moody was regular. I'm not. He did what he did what he had to do. Um, I I love the contributions that we got out of Quentin Post, who he played his ass off, man. They played him for about I remember they played him for like what was it, like 20 minutes. He had like 11 points. He hit three threes. That's the biggest thing. Was able to probably space the floor out. Was able to kind of disrupt what Memphis wanted to do, especially through Jaren. But well, not even especially through Jaren, especially through Jaren, yeah, but especially through Jaren and Edie. And I think that's kind of like one of the bigger things that happened last night. Yeah, I know box score's gonna say Edie had what 17 boards, whatever. Cool, man. A lot of man, he has to get better on what he do with the rebounds because a lot of those boards he had, he's bro, he's 7'3". If he just catches the ball, go back up, nobody can mess with him. But he's bringing the ball down to his waist, down to his stomach, and he's getting ripped. Like Moody got a couple rips from him. Steph got a couple rips from him. GP2 got a couple rips from him. So like he just gotta. I mean, he's a rookie. I think once he gets what's it called? He's a rookie. I think once he gets I guess some more coaching. Let's put it like that. Some more experience. I think somebody told me he played hockey in college or hockey in high school, something like that. But once he gets some more experience on the court, he'll be fine. Child GP2 gave us an early spark. I want to say he sparked a run early because it was like because y'all know how people play us, right? They want to trap Steph. They want to get the ball out of Draymond's hands or Jimmy's hands, so they're gonna leave GP2 open. And GP2 last night was able to capitalize on a lot of those open looks. He went he went 5 of 10 from the field, 2 of 6 from three. Yeah, so as long as GP2 he was a plus one. As long as he could just manage
Boom, two third. Yes, sir. Shout out to Turn. I appreciate that, brother. That is a real
Damn,
one
shout
too,
out to
Turn.
Turn. That's lit.
You definitely got the noties on. My bad, Lo. You definitely got the noties on, gang. You always in here. You one of the first 2 people in here every single time I go live at 11, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Your support not go unnoticed. You got apparel. You've been locked in some spaces as well. That is a great message, gang. I ain't gonna lie. Thank you so much, bro. Truly appreciate your support, bro. My bad, Lo. I had that's
Nah, you
major, bro.
good, bro.
Yeah,
I
gang
love,
is
bro.
blessed. Gang is
I love
blessed.
to
No
see you
funny.
get some support, bro. Especially with what he just did. I mean, he got a 4 from me for that.
No funny. Nah, no funny. That's real, gang. For sure. I appreciate that, gang.
Yeah, shout out to 210 for sure. Love to see you appreciating the platform, man. But what was that? But basically, yeah, Jimmy sort of I don't want to say he carried for the first three, but he kind of like he was a consistent. He was the consistent um floor for us for through those first three quarters. Um, Steph contributed a little bit. Well, he contributed as well. GP2 kind of, like I said, he flurried a little bit. Quentin Post had to hit a couple big shots, but for the most part in the first three quarters, Jimmy Butler was like the consistent floor. He was able to get to the line consistently, which is it's going to be big for us because it kind of like stops especially when another team's trying to go on a run. Jimmy getting to the line a lot stops the flow. Like so that's always been positive. That's a positive thing out of him. And I'm not, by the way, I'm not a fan of foul baiting at all. Like, but shit, I mean, what am I complaining about my team, my player doing? I can't complain about that, bro. I just, it is what it is. Jimmy's very good against the line. 13, he shot 18 free throws last night. That's insane. How many missed? Six? That's not right. That's not like him. And I don't expect him to do that in the playoffs. Six missed free throws. If he shoots 18, I expect him to make at least 14. Yeah, especially 14, 15. I expect him to make at least 14, 15. Steph 13 and 13 for the line. Ice two in the end. I love the way he played in the fourth quarter. He was able to. Steph
Playing
gets
from
activated in those
iPhone.
fourth quarters, man. He locks in. Even if he has a bad first three, or if he's not playing exactly at superstar level for the first three, he does lock in. He normally does lock in for those fourth quarters, and he came through for another one, man. He played big in the fourth. Two deep, not deep, but two big shots from three to kind of like seal the game. And even then, it wasn't really sealed because we still had to sweat it out a little bit. But two big shots from three to seal the game. So then he went to he closed it out at the line, which is huge. So and that's really what the game came down to. It was pretty much a back and forth game. Both teams had their ups and downs. Both teams had their ebbs and flows. Um, but shout out Jimmy and Steph, man. Jimmy and Steph closed it out for the Warriors. Which I mean, in future we can't. In the future, I don't. I mean, I love seeing my two stars play like stars, but we need some help from these other guys. Like that Pods 1 of 7. That's disgusting. Draymond Green 1 of 5. I mean, it's Draymond, so it's like whatever it is, what it is. He still had 4 stocks and 10 assists, and so it's like whatever. Points from him is like you take it when you get them. But I would still like to see him do a little bit better than 1 of 5. And the role players wasn't too good in this game. Best role players was Quentin Post, Moses Moody, GP2, and I think that's gonna be our formula moving forward, bro. We gotta it's really strength in numbers, bro. Like Jimmy and Steph is gonna be there, and we gotta bring. We don't know who it is every night. It might be somebody different every night. Like tomorrow, not literally tomorrow, but the next game we play, it might be Pods and Moody might sync it up. And at that point, as long as we get a couple guys to come along with us every night, we'll be fine.
That's real. All right. Thank you, bro. You just said a lot. That's the most you probably even said about the Warriors. I ain't gonna lie, gang. And after one game, so I appreciate that. The stakes are rising. Uh, the things you say is being more lengthy. Pause. Shout out. For me on this game, I enjoyed it for one. I do not want to act like I did not enjoy it. I'm glad the Grizzlies did not lay down. Obviously, I didn't expect them to. One, first and foremost, game looked like it was going to get ugly in the first quarter, but they closed the first quarter out good. So that was like, okay, that's a good sign. It was only down by 6 going into that second quarter. But then the Warriors came back out and had another good quarter. So now they down by 12 going into halftime. And then that's when the Grizzlies like, all right, we got to start to answer. And I want to give one guy a lot of credit, and that's Desmond Bain. Desmond Bain had a hell of a game overall. I don't think he scored
Trigger
30
man
plus.
Bang.
Yeah, I don't think he scored 30 plus. Hold on. I think he had like 28. 30. Okay, he had 30.
Desmond Bain was the only person on the Grizzlies at one point that felt like they wanted to win.
Facts. And I'm with that. I'm with that. One of the biggest disappointments for she said didn't enjoy the result. One of the biggest disappointments for me, far as the Grizzlies this overall season. I know Jalen Wells, not overall season, this game. I know Jalen Wells got hurt, but the fact that they couldn't lean to Vince or Gigi. They tried to play Gigi earlier this year. He fell out the rotation, so I don't want to bring him up too much. But the fact that Vince and Gigi could not be good players for them was an issue because then that forced them to have to start Scottie Pippen Jr. And then at that point, we seen times in this game where Scottie and Ja off the court at the same time. And then when they were off the court at the same time, that allowed the Grizzlies to have a good run. I think in that started that second quarter to when Ja came back in the game, they already was down double digits. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was something like that. So Vince Williams, I think he came to the game probably like 3 minutes, something like that. Yeah, 3 minutes, literally 3 minutes. He didn't look good. Had 2 turnovers, 2 fouls. He got pulled. He's done. He ain't played the rest of the night. So that forced them to have to play guys like John Conchar and a lot of Luke, right? Which they want to do anyway. A lot of Luke and Conchar. What I want to say, Jimmy Butler, bro. Like I was just saying a little earlier, this man had 34 points through 3 quarters. And I know T kept saying in the playback, can Curry come to play? Can Curry come to play? Granted, Curry had a good first half. Jimmy had 21 at halftime. Curry had 15. But in that
But
third
that's why
quarter,
T was blowing me, bro. He talking about can Curry come to play like I'm like, bro, that he has 22. Like you talking like the dude got 10 points or something. Like he got 5 points. Like, bro, what?
Yeah, Curry had a good game. Curry had a good game, but his fourth quarter was just super loud. You know what I'm saying? And Jimmy had 4 in that period. Missed a couple of free throws, like Lowe stated. You don't really see Jimmy miss 6 free throws in the
Curry had
game.
a bad third. That's why he was 1 for 6 in the third.
Yeah. And you don't really see Jimmy miss that many free throws. I don't think I ever even seen Jimmy miss 6 free throws in the game. Playing on my team personally. 11-10, if she know off the top of her head, cool. I don't think I ever seen it though. Like he would typically, if he missed anything, it'd be 2, 3, not really nothing over 4. You know what I'm saying? So that was really uncharacteristic with Jimmy last night. But you saw an impact on the game. I think one of his biggest plays of the game is when Jaren caught the ball on the right wing, and obviously Jaren's going to attack to the left, and he tried to spin back. And before he could even spin back, Jimmy came on the back side, still got a breakaway dunk. I think that was one of the biggest plays of the game, and I think that happened in the fourth quarter as well, where Ja made a bad play, and then Ja pointed to Jaren to let Jaren work the next time down, and then Jimmy got the steal. So that was a big play for Jimmy. Like I said, like Lo said, you're going to ought to want guys outside of Jimmy and Curry step up from an offensive standpoint, and you're going to need that, bro, because against this Rockets team, it just can't be Jimmy and Curry trying to go for 30 plus, and you win the game. Now you're going to need a pause. You're going to need a Moody. You're going to maybe even need a buddy. Quentin Post is a big shout out that Lowe did for his performance last night. And I'm going to wrap it up with this. Jaren Jackson Jr., I'm not a fan of your game. I'm genuinely not a fan of your game. I think a lot of your points come on some, in my opinion, some bull crap threes. And then if it's not a 3, it's the left hook into the paint. You don't use your right hand. You don't do nothing with your right hand. You don't spin to the right. You don't got no post fade in your game. You don't got nothing in your game but a left hand layup and a left hand floater. That's literally it, Jaren Jackson Jr. Zach Edey, you showed me last night why I thought you was not going to be an NBA player. Everybody knows I said this before the year. I said this after the season, college basketball season at Purdue. I did not think he's going to be an NBA player. Is he a dominant rebounder? Yes. Did he have a lot of success from an offensive standpoint in college? Yes. He's 7'5", 6", whatever, and he's being guarded by 6'11", 6'10" guys. You know what I'm saying? So obviously he's going to average 25 and 12, whatever the hell he was averaging. Zach Edey, last night you showed me why I did not think he's going to be an NBA player. And countless times last night I seen Ja Morant getting mad at him, telling him to go up. He got nervous. He was shook. He played 33 minutes last night because he had no choice. I'm almost certain if Brandon Clark was there, Brandon Clark would have been playing over him 1,000%. Too many turnovers. Miles said last night in playback, kept bringing the ball down low. Didn't know how to make any proper passes out of double teams. Sometimes held the ball too long. Were throwing predetermined passes. Like he was rattled. Like Zach Edey last night was rattled. If I was somebody to go, if I was him, I would watch back that film of that game and see how I handled the ball when I did a short roll, I did a hard roll to the basket, or whatever the case be. How can I keep the ball high? How can I not bring the ball back down low? And things of that nature. And how can I just be tougher? Somebody said last night, can't remember who it was, the Grizzlies have one of the softest front courts. That's a fact. Jaren and Edey, they're not tough. They're soft. So, granted, I think they can beat the Grizzlies. I mean, I think they can beat the Kings or the Mavs, but I do think that both of those teams can probably beat them too. So let the Mavs have a good game or a hot night, or let the Kings have a good game from Levine. No, I don't think. I think they beat the Kings. I don't want to go to the Kings. I think the Mavs can probably have a good night from a defensive standpoint and maybe the offensive standpoint as well, and they'll probably be able to beat them. But other than that, man, that's what I gotta say.
Well, how sweet that paint was, bro. AD finna have a field there.
Nah, for real. So that's my little 1-2 on the game, man. Zach, Edie, and Jaren, y'all got to be better. Edie, you got to be better. I know you're a rookie. I understand that, but I'm not excusing that. You just played this whole damn season. Being a rookie, you don't know how to make a proper, simple pass out of a double team. You know how to keep the ball high. That's stuff that you taught in AAU basketball. So, and you the biggest man on the court. And you looking like that. You got that shook. You got that nervous. You got that rattled. So, that's my little 1-2 in the game. Congrats to the Warriors. I can't wait to talk about the Warriors and the Rockets series coming up shortly. 11-10, Shaggy and or Tween. I can add
So
y'all little thoughts on the game.
yeah, it was a fun game. I will say, obviously there was a result I wanted. I didn't get that, but all in all, it was a very entertaining game.
Wait, what was the result you wanted, Steph?
Low Brady,
Oh man, you wanted us to lose.
I
Dang.
did. The pick,
Dang.
the whole pick situation we got going on. You losing, helps us out a little bit. But Jimmy was spectacular. He set the tone early. I think he probably played that entire first half, right?
Yeah, good point out.
Um,
Yeah.
he was attacking mismatches. Taking Edie off the dribble, Jaren off the dribble. All those guys hit a couple threes in that first half, I believe. He was just active on both ends, steals, deflections, rebounding, getting to the line. He has a good feel for the moment when he needs to calm things down because the game was very chaotic. There was a lot of frenetic energy going on, transition, back and forth, up and down the court. He had a good feel for the game to know, hey, okay, let's slow these things down. Let me get to the line. And he got to the line at will. Steph, he had a pretty, difficult third quarter, but he showed up in the fourth, much to my dismay. He showed up in the fourth, hit big shots. Got on my nerves, but he hit, big shots, especially that play that, Ev highlighted, early on in the show, where Jimmy was the ball handler. Steph hit set the screen. Jimmy drives, swings it to Draymond. Draymond gets the hand off to Steph. That was a shot right there. That really made me feel like, yeah, it looks like Golden State going to get the win. Memphis side of things was unfortunate. Ja rolled his ankle. So that's that on there. I don't think Ja was able to really move defensively enough, and I think it kind of made it difficult for them to, because they would match, I think, Golden State's points, but they weren't able to really get stops, like that. And I think a lot of it, Ja just wasn't able to rotate really well. Bane was great that entire game, and I felt like he didn't touch the ball enough, quite frankly, especially the second half.
Yep.
I remember that one play, bro. I think Bane hit a three, and then Ja forced it, turned the ball over. I was like, bro, just give the ball to Bane. Bane just hit the shot. Like, why go away from that? So that was unfortunate. Bane had like 3 threes that just went in and out. I'm like, damn, Edie, everybody piling on the kid. He had like, I don't know, the worst goodish game ever, because outside of him, who you really gonna rely on for rebounding? I know he got stripped a lot of times, but he did get some big boards for them, and I think for him, I hope it's a good learning experience for him because it was deer in headlight. It's a high leverage situation. You're playing in a playing game. You're playing against, a team with a lot of experience, a lot of veterans, and things like that. And for him, it's just you got to keep the ball high. Keep the ball high. You keep bringing the ball too low, getting swiped. And Golden State, they're really good with deflections. Using their hands. So you have all that size in the world. So keep the ball high, and I think he'll learn. I think with the double teams and stuff like that, being able to pass out of these double teams, I think he'll learn that sort of stuff. But to me, you can argue he's probably more impactful than Jaren yesterday. To be honest, Jaren hit only like he was 4 for 9 from three, but that was about it. Defensively, he was awful. He was getting beat off drives. He couldn't rotate, back cuts, all those things. Jaren was just nowhere to be found defensively. So he gonna get his All NBA probably. He gonna make his All Defense team. He got his DPOY in his closet. So shout out to that. But Jaren was not good yesterday. So that's that on that. The coaching, I think, what really set Memphis back, albeit they did come back. they should have found a way to stagger Scotty and Ja. That
Yeah.
second quarter, I knew because I said it to Jordan immediately. Sat Ja and it's at Scotty, and I said, bro, this lead about to balloon to like 15, 16. And that's immediately what happened because they had no ball handler on the court. It was just Bane out there, and then like Bane was off to the corner. They were running like handoffs with Kennard and Conchar, and I was like, bro, like you need a ball handler in this lineup. And they were able to come back and all that stuff. But I think that second quarter, made it an uphill battle there, and should have been able to. It would have been much smarter to stagger those two guys, but that is what it is there. And then that last play of the game, I think that 5 seconds was quick, but at the end of the day, that play that they drew up, it's a really hard play to execute. It's a very high risk play that the results of it don't pan out all the time. It really don't. So um, it's unfortunate because I think in the late quarter or last possessions of quarters, they weren't able to get good shots off or get a shot off at all. So those are possessions you're losing there where you need a bucket, and they weren't able to capitalize on that. So um, shout out to Memphis for making it a good game because that first half, it was looking like Golden State was gonna run away with it, but they fought through. It's tough. I'm not sure what Ja's status is gonna be because it seemed like he rolled his ankle good and he wasn't moving well. So if Ja's hampered, no guarantee they win the nine. They win the game against the winner of the 9-10 matchup. So looking forward to that Rockets Golden State series for sure though. And I think
You said a
Kaminga's
lot of good
probably,
things.
I think Kaminga gonna have to play in that Rockets series also. By the way, so
Mm. Why you say that, by the way, real quick, before because of no song? Like, why you say that?
He will.
because the Rockets is really athletic team. They're gonna need athletes on the court.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Buddy Hield, he don't need to really be playing for real. You can take Buddy Hield minutes out and just I don't know. I don't trust Buddy Hield in the playoffs. I think last year was his first time in the playoffs altogether. Buddy Hield is just not a. I don't think he's a guy you need to really be playing. And I think to match the athleticism that the Rockets have, you have one on your bench. I think Kaminga probably has to play, in my opinion. So
Yeah. I like that. You said a lot of good things, by the way. You said a lot of things that I forgot to even speak to. So that's the good thing of having a lot of different speakers. So thank you for that. I'm pretty sure a lot of people in here just enjoy things that you said as well. I'm gonna go to Miles actually. Miles, what's going on, bro? Happy B-Day again, gang. We know you're a Memphis fan. They did not bring your B-Day in a good way, but at the end of the day, you see another day, you see another year, bro. And also, y'all get to play Friday game, so it ain't too bad. But like 1110 said, that jaw ankle injury can definitely hinder his performance on Friday, no matter who y'all play. But either way, man, how did you feel about the game last night, gang?
Uh, it was a good game. The first half wasn't good. I'm glad they made it a good game in the second half. But it just take too long. It take too long for certain guys to get acclimated to the game. It's like they shy away from them from bigger moments. We haven't had all three of them play good at the same time once this season. Somebody's always shooting bad. Somebody always in foul trouble. Somebody always not making shots. But I mean, I'm just glad they fought. There was a couple of positions down the stretch that probably lost us the game. But like 11 team said, I say the second quarter, what we was doing that point bang shit, like, I feel like that lost us the game because we spent all that energy trying to come back and getting 1 point lead, 2 point leads to the point where the game should have been close the entire time. And we just should have, I mean, capitalize on a couple things. But I mean, John's gonna play Friday or whatever that next playing game is. Um, he said last night after the game he was gonna play. Um, but yeah, Jaren was offense outside of them threes, but he was bad. Like he wasn't. It's I don't ever want to buy into like the narrative that some people in the fan base be trying to push about dude. But if you look and just think about what they saying, I ain't gonna say it makes sense, but I can see why. It's probably kind of hate for some people, but the assumption is that he's being selfish, that the offense Now that the offense is not revolved around him, he's not playing as well because he's not featured. I don't think that's the case. I just think that the offense switched up some in the middle of the season. I mean, when the offense switched up in the middle of the season, when your best player is having issues with it, I mean, I can see how that hamper the second best player, second team. But other than that, I mean, on to the next game. Shout out to the Warriors for a great game. Shit, I mean, hopefully, they get out. Hopefully, they get out to play in and make a respectable series with Oklahoma City, which they probably won't if they get past the play in. But
Are you stop right there?
yeah,
Okay, you said they probably won't get past OKC if they get out of the plan. Imagine getting out of the plan and your first team got to be OKC. I ain't gonna lie, gang. That's crazy, gang. And and I ain't making an excuse
And
out of
I
it,
ain't
but I
gonna
think
hold
y'all
you there. The turnaround is crazy too, because if you play that thing, and you gotta play on what Thursday,
Sunday,
Friday, then you gotta
Sunday,
play OKC
Sunday.
on.
yeah, on
Now I'm
I
Sunday.
saying
think
That's
it's
the
Sunday.
crazy.
second playing game. The second playing game was on Friday, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. We follow what you're
Yeah,
saying. Yeah. We got to play
yeah.
Friday and
So
Sunday. Yeah.
yeah, so you play that. You gotta play Friday. You gotta spin back around and fly to OKC and play them on Sunday. That's crazy.
Yep.
Bad thing about
That's
Memphis is,
hey, that's the type of shit. That's the type of shit that happened, bro. When lose to the Hawks 1 point game, lose to the Knicks 1 point game, lose to the Spurs 1 point game, fuck off games in the beginning of the season. Don't ever beat
oh
nobody
yeah,
good.
yeah,
This position you got to put yourself
this shit.
in, bro. They can't be mad at nobody but themselves at this point.
Yeah, I
But I will
forgot y'all
say,
lost. Y'all lost three
yeah,
straight games
Yo,
on day
and
one, fool. Like that was crazy. Hold
I
on, let
will,
me remind
I
about
will,
to say.
I will say though, I know y'all probably done seen it because y'all probably follow the same Grizzlies fan that I see, but the timeline is in the red. Um, I said last night I'm full on Jan. Um, I don't want to trade Jan. I don't want to pay Jan $345 million. I'm not the person giving him that money. I don't want to count the man pocket. I feel like he deserves some pay raise because he's been the least paid player between the three of them and the one that's been on the court the most. Um, he just got to improve, gang. He just got to show some improvement. It's some of the same second year, third year stuff issues that he's having that I want to see improvement in. Um, I say if he doesn't improve on this again, then I'll allow the conversation of chopping them, see what we can get for him. But I'm not saying summer 2025 you got to trade Jermaine Jackson Jr. I'm not rocking with that. There are other ancillary players that have to go before Jaren does. So Jaren's the least of my concern. Um, he just has to get his he just has to get his emotions in check, bro. He's too much of an emotional basketball player. He doesn't shoot the
Yep,
ball with offensively. He get in his feelings. He needs to
yep,
understand you don't need you for offense, bro. We need you to get us anywhere from 15 to 17 points. 15, I lied, 15 to 20 points, anywhere from 6 to 9 rebounds. Couple blocks, get your assist numbers up, start passing out the double teams, work on shit like that, and we'll be cool. Because he's getting double teamed now. Teams are double teaming him. And once he gets double teamed, he don't know what to do. He hold the ball down by his knee and look around and get frantic, and it's a turnover or they take the ball from him. He also needs to add more moves to his bag because people are
yep.
what he does every time is on the scouting report. People are scouting for are game planning for that. But I'm not on the train to trade Jaren. I feel like anybody could get traded this offseason. Even though I know it won't happen, I feel like it'll be Bane because he makes the most. And he's the lesser of the three. Because he'll probably never make an All Star like the other two will. All Star again like the other two will. Never probably make All NBA like the other two will. But I'm not on that train yet. I mean, I still got faith in Jaren. I think it was just Taylor Jenkins stuff that rubbed off on him for too long. It take a little minute to get rid of bad habits. Because Taylor Jenkins allowed him to do the stuff that he was doing for 6 7 years, and that 6 7 years of bad habits building on top of each other, plus offensive improvement at the same time. So when I say, look, we not blowing nothing up. Don't nothing need to get blown up. with them. Everybody try to ask any type of questions. Ain't nothing get blown up. Gotta fix the guys around them, and we will be fine. Give them better role players. Get them better players who can defend, players who can shoot, and players who know they role, and we'll be fine.
That's real. You said a lot of things that I agree with. Still a lot of things that I even said my damn self, bro. So we'll see what happened on Friday, bro. Twin, what's up, Twin? What you about to say?
Jaren got
Yeah,
away with
I was
playing
just
with
going to
Steven
talk about
Adams for the
the game.
majority of the
And
career. I just want to
I,
say that point.
you said what?
Facts.
11?
No, I'm saying Jaren got to get away with playing with Steven Adams for the majority,
He
Oh
sure
majority
yeah,
of
did.
the
So now he
start because
not
that
Steven
is a
not
good
not
Steven
point.
would clean up the blast. Jaren never had to worry about it.
Exactly. Yup, that's a good point. But I was just gonna speak on the game last night. It was a good game, good back and forth late in that game. I'm not gonna hold you. I mean, it was really, in my opinion, anytime the Warriors defense, anybody that had the ball, it could have been Bane on the, you feel me, coming off a screen, Triple J on the post. They were tilting their defense to that player. So even Zach Edey had two on the glass, I mean two on the ball. Feel like anytime he got the rebound, it was a jump ball situation. Like he got to come down with the ball, swing it. I mean, I would have personally played Huff over Edie last night, especially defense. Feel like a couple times they were like in a deep drop on Curry, and he walked into a couple threes. Even though the screener GP2 when Draymond was setting very physical screens, like they was nigga Scottie Pippen Jr. was gonna die on that screen. Even one time they called a fucking what's it called offensive foul for the screen. It was a moving screen. He damn near bear hugged him. But in my opinion, Bane showed up. Ja tried to play through a tweaked ankle. The play 11-10 was talking about where Desmond Bane hit the shot and John Morant came down. He tried to throw a lob to Zach Edey, and it was he should have, in my opinion, he should have got a little bit more inside the paint, like probed it a little bit more so the defense can come up. Cause Looney couldn't stop him. He like that was just an IQ play. It was a bad lob. Edie's not gonna lob that. Like he's not that type of athlete. And it got picked apart. Picked six. I think they got a layup on the other end. But it was a good game. But I think it was about coaching. Steve Kerr probably outcoached dude from the interim head coach for the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm not familiar with his name, but it was a good bump. They could have did little things better. Even that 5 second violation, I wasn't a fan of that. A couple of the fouls, I think they lost their challenge early in that third on the BS call. I think it wasn't a foul, but they lost it, ended up losing it. If they kept their challenge later in the game, I think they could have did a little bit more because it was like 2 3 phantom calls the Warriors got, which benefited them. I mean, it's a part of the game. The refs aren't gonna be perfect. You can't really hold them to that standard, but it was a good game.
So a lot of good things, yourself as well. So thank you for that, bro. On a serious note, we got Bethany up here. Bethany pulled up. Bethany, welcome to the stage. Definitely curious to hear your thoughts on the Warriors and Rockets as we get to that soon. But before we get to that, though, what were your thoughts on last night's game, which you guys winning 121 to 116 over the Grizzlies in the play-in?
My thoughts on the game was, I mean, I still haven't seen it yet, but I don't know like the Jimmy Butler that y'all are talking about when it comes to big moments and when you need him the most. Y'all are saying like we'll see. So maybe that'll show up in the Rocket series, but these past two games Jimmy has showed up on the biggest moments on the biggest stage. Especially last night, being aggressive and answering the call of people saying like, "Where's his aggressiveness?" and "Where is him?" Just being aggressive and shooting, and I feel like we went to him a lot when Steph was out, which we wanted for a very long time. Um, we wanted him to be aggressive, getting to the foul line. I don't know how many free throws he had, but he did his thing. So shout out to Jimmy. Shout out to Memphis. Shout out to the game
Now,
as a whole.
Jimmy
It
had
was
Jimmy had more free throws than our entire team, by the way.
period. And you know what? I love that because if you're gonna foul bait, you need to do it the right way. You need to do it the Jimmy way. Jimmy does a really great job at foul baiting. And he does it in the paint mostly. Like he does it under the basket, where it's
This
tough for
nasty, bruh.
referees to, really not call it when it's under the basket. So it's like instead of the jump shots and stuff, he's gonna give you under the basket type of fouling and pump faking and all of that jazz. So shout out to Jimmy. Shout out to Steph hitting those 3 pointers when we needed them the most. Um, I'm kind of worried though going down the line for my team. Yesterday showed a lot of flaws, you can say. The defense was there, just offensively. Um, Pods didn't show up at all. Um, Moody had a great defensive game, just offensively he wasn't there. No JK, and then Draymond in foul trouble. So going down the line, if teams want to be physical or if teams want to try to attack Draymond in the paint and get him into foul trouble, have a center to be able to counter. I don't think with, Edie or JJ, they were able to really counter Draymond being in foul trouble or really able to counter Looney and post coming in to fill his spot while he was in foul trouble. So if you have like a center, if you have, you know, perimeter defenders who can counter that, I feel like that'll be a big problem for us going down the line. And I think with the athleticism of Houston, I feel like you're going to have to see more of JK. You're going to have to see more of Gee. You're going to have to see more of those just players to be able to counter for the lack of um, what we really kind of really don't have. But football, okay, whatever. He wasn't running through anybody. He was doing what you're supposed to do to get to the line. But shout out to yeah. How many years has it been since we've been in the playoffs? Two?
The
2 years?
Warriors, y'all didn't make the playoff last year.
No.
It was a
Missed
Lakers
then
year. I think that was 22-23 season.
yeah, so
Yeah,
2 years.
that was
Okay,
two
so
years
we just
ago.
missed one
Yeah.
season, so now we're back. So yeah, it was a good game overall.
Thank you. Yeah, you said a lot of. First and foremost, I do like what you said in the beginning. If you're going to foul bait how Jimmy do it. Like I laugh, but I do agree. Majority of it comes under the rim, near the paint, near the basket. And he makes it tough for defenders to play honest defense, and he also makes it tough for referees to not call it. He does all the
Yeah.
antics and all the movement. You know what I'm saying? He really gets fouled. So,
Yeah.
yeah, man. I mean, it's a blessing to have a guy like that, to add a guy like that on your side. Fact, like Heaven just said, make sure y'all like the video. Y'all
Must be
super
nice,
duper
bro.
thankful. I'm super duper thankful today, man. 1,000 plus subscribers. Truly, thank y'all for all the
Oh
Shout
yeah,
support.
out to you.
shout out to you too. Shout out to you though, yeah. Okay, I meant to say that
Fact,
earlier, bro.
man.
Before I even
Nah,
got the
for real.
freaking. Shout out to you for the 1K subscribers. Motherfucker been rocking since spaces. Moved from every platform to platform, and motherfucker still
Facts.
been supporting and tapping in, man. That's major. Okay.
Nah, it really is, bruh. Honestly, bro, I need to celebrate tonight with something. Like, I ain't gonna lie, bruh. I ain't gonna mad if the Heat win tonight and Hero give me like a 35 ball now or something like that. I ain't gonna lie, bruh. I ain't gonna be mad
Okay.
if Hero band just go crazy or something. Cause I gotta celebrate tonight, bro. I gotta go up, man. This is crazy. 1,000 subscribers. This is a memorable day for me because I know it don't stop right here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna continue to enjoy the journey. I'm gonna slightly do this. The ones that know. When I do that, when I clear, y'all know what that means. It's not a problem. It's not a problem when I clear. Y'all know what that means. Shout out to Two Turn again. Two Turn, I appreciate that. Everybody that's in here, thank y'all. I will continue to grind YouTube. Y'all are helping my journey and my goal come to fruition, come true, become more likely. I want YouTube to be the number one thing when it comes to facts related things. Twitter Spaces and playback 2 and or 3, however you want to do it. Hold on, let me see my dog about to say. What's going on, bro? What's up, Brian? Yo. All right, I don't know if he about to say anything, but yeah, the ones that know. When I swap down like that, we are about to shift. 1,000 subscribers. I'm super duper thankful. If it's your first time in here, Fact and Stats is a daily sports show, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern time. I always start on YouTube. I'm probably gonna keep it like that. Really, I've been doing Fridays, start on playback the last 2-3 weeks. I'm gonna see how I'm going to do that. But I probably gonna do how I do it. I always start on YouTube Monday through Thursdays. Fridays I'm live on playback and YouTube, but playback is the main platform though. So keep that in mind, y'all, as well. I'm gonna see if I'm continue to do it like that or not. But either way, I'm super thankful, bro. I'm super thankful. If you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe. But also picked up 2 new members. Shout out to Andrew. If you are not a wager, the cookout is June 21st. The year 3 Annie is sometime this month. Honestly, I started the show 2022 April with the play-in games. So it's sometime this month. I don't know. It's probably this week, to be honest. If you are in here, you want to extend your support for the platform. Heaven said, see you in 2 months. If you are in here, you want to extend your support for the platform, I would love for you all to become a member. I got 2 new members today. Would love to get to 3. That is my favorite number. If not, that's cool. How can you become a member? The link is in the bio. The description on this video. The link is in the description on this video to become a member. There's 3 different levels you can join as: level 1, level 2, and level 3. I'm super blessed. I'm super thankful. And I just truly appreciate y'all for all the support across all platforms, like Miles just said, Spaces, to playback, to YouTube, to playback, to Spaces, like all around the world, bro. And the support is still there no matter what. So I'm gonna see y'all in playback. For anybody that don't know, make sure you become a member if you are not a member on the YouTube side. And as far as playback, this is where the show's about to head to: playback.tv/facts and stats. I'm about to drop that URL in the chat so y'all can just easily copy it and head over there as well. Playback.tv/facts and stats. When we get to playback, we're going to talk about the 2 playing games tonight, who we have winning and why. We're going to talk about the Celtics and the Magic full series. We're going to rank the 10 best players in the series, who can be X factors on both sides. And then we're going to go with the Rockets and the Warriors, 10 best players in order, and also who can be the X factors on both of those teams as well. And I'm going to do that for all the playoff matchups. That's why I'm starting it today, because I know we have more to pick back up on Thursday and Friday as well before the playoffs start on Saturday. So I'll see y'all in playback.tv/facts and stats. Thank y'all for all the support on the YouTube side of things, truly. And I'll see y'all in playback.